Good morning, dear students. And now I am taking a revision, and I am taking revision from chapter 2. And name of the chapter 2 is the nutrition in animals. Nutrition in animals. So, and last topic I have started digestive system in humans. And about tongue, I taught you. And now I will teach you what is the salivary glands. So there are three pairs of salivary glands in our mouth. Three pairs of salivary glands in our mouth, and saliva is secreted from these salivary glands. And saliva is secreted from these salivary glands, and a watery material called saliva is secreted by these salivary glands, and this saliva helps in the digestion of food. This saliva helps in the digestion of food, and saliva contains an enzyme. Saliva, it contains an enzyme. It is called the amylase, or also called the ptyalin. P-T-Y-A-L-I-N. Amylase acts on starch. This amylase acts on the starch and changes it into sugar. Amylase acts on the starch and changes into the sugar, and this sugar is also called the maltose. The sugar is sweet and soluble in water. And perform the following activity to understand the role of saliva in the digestion of food. What is the role of saliva in the digestion of food? To show that certain chemicals digest food. Method A. To show that certain chemical digest food, take two test tube, a test tube, rack, water, iodine solution, amylase and potato tuber. Now perform the activity. So what you will do first, place a few potato pieces in a test tube. Take one test tube, and in that test tube you will put little bit potato pieces, and in that add water. After that, and label this test tube A. First you will take the test tube and put few potato pieces, then add water and then label A, and after that keep it and place the tube in the rack. And second, place some more potatoes in the second test tube, and take second test tube, and in that also you have to put some pieces of potato, and then add the digestive chemical, and in that second test tube B, add digestive chemicals, that is the amylase, and label the test tube B, and second test tube you have to label as B, and place the tube in the rack. And after that, let both the test tube stand for 30 minutes, and both the test tube keep it for 30 minutes, and then add iodine solution to both the test tube. Then after, you have to add iodine solution in both the test tube. What do you observe? You will observe that potato pieces in test tube A turn blue black, because in test tube A what was there? Potato pieces and water was there, and when iodine solution is put in that test tube A, then it's turn into blue black color, while those in test tube B do not. Digestion takes place as a starch in test tube B has been acted upon the amylase. And method B, then you can perform this by using starch solution in potato pieces and saliva in place of amylase from the bottle from your mouth, and note down your observations in notebook and explain the result. Now second is the oesophagus. What is the oesophagus? Oesophagus connects the mouth cavity with the stomach and is also called the food pipe. Oesophagus is also called the food pipe, and it runs along the neck to the chest. And then no digestion takes place here. It only helps in pushing the food into stomach. No digestion takes place here, only it helps pushing food to the stomach. And vomiting takes place when the food is not accepted by the stomach, and vomiting takes place when food is not accepted by the stomach, then only vomiting takes place. Stomach is a muscular bag lying in the upper abdomen, and here the food is churned and converted into semi-solid paste, and the stomach secretes digestive juice called gastric juice and hydrochloric acid, and proteins present in the food are digested by the gastric juice partially. The partially digested food from here goes into the small intestine. Food is not digested in the stomach, only partially food is digested, and then it sends to the small intestine. What causes hiccups? Sometimes when you eat in a hurry or you talk or laugh while eating, you get hiccups. This happens when the food particles enter the windpipe instead of the food pipe. When we are taking food and instead the food pipe, when it goes to the windpipe, then only hiccups comes. Windpipe is a structure which carries air from the nose to the lungs, and it runs along the food pipe. And in normal situation, during swallowing of food, flap-like valve closes the passage of the windpipe and does not allow the food particles to enter it, and thus the food particles are guided into the food pipe. Next one is the small intestine, and after the stomach, food goes to the small intestine. After the stomach, food goes to the small intestine, and here small intestine is a long coiled tube. Small intestine is a long coiled tube, and it secretes a juice, and digestion of all types of food is carried out and completed here. All types of digestion is completed in the small intestine. As a result of digestion, food is converted into simple form, and glucose, amino acids and fatty acids, etc. are formed. These end products are ready for absorption. And small intestine also absorbs the digested food and passes it on to the blood system. Thus, the nutrients are carried to all parts of the body. Did you know? A small intestine is larger in length. Small intestine is larger in length and about 6 meters. Then the large intestine. Large intestine is small, 1.5 meter, and small intestine is 6 meters long. Large intestine. Large intestine has no digestive function to carry out. It helps in absorbing water. Large intestine only it helps in absorbing water from the undigested food material. What is the food is not that digested, water is absorbed from the undigested food. And then rectum. Next digestive system means next part of the digestive system is the rectum, and the undigested waste material passes into the rectum, where it is stored as semi-solid feces, and the fecal matter is passed out through the anus. And liver and pancreas, these are special organs connected with the digestive system, and the liver secretes bile juice which helps in digestion of fats and is stored in a small bag called the gallbladder. And the pancreas is a gland located just below the stomach, and it secretes a substances called insulin and also a juice. Insulin is important for regulating sugar level in the body, and then pancreatic juice acts on proteins, starch and fats and changes them into the simpler form. Associated glands, liver and pancreas. You can see in the diagram, this is pancreas. You can see in the diagram, this is pancreas, and this is the liver, and this is gallbladder, and this is the stomach. This diagram you can see. And then, did you know liver is the largest gland in the body? Liver is the largest gland in the body. Liver is the largest gland in the body. And summary of the various steps in the process of digestion. What is the summary? As you know that ingestion means taking food inside. Taking in of food derived directly or indirectly from plants through mouth. Then next step is the digestion. The breakdown of ingested food in mouth cavity, stomach and small intestine. And then absorption. Digested food is absorbed through membranes into various organs. In small intestine, large intestine absorbs only water. Assimilation. Absorbed food is incorporated into cell components. And then egestion. Undigested food is excreted out through anus. Undigested food excreted out through anus. So this is all about the summary of various steps of digestion. Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation or egestion. So this is all about summary, and what I taught you today there means digestive system in humans. You have to read, and then what is the like some are important, some glands are important, that also you will read.